Mark in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Well, what do you want to bet? That's where they make that chocolate. Hey, Paul, I've been an avid and voracious reader my entire life. But for the past dozen years or so, probably 90% of my fiction intake is audiobooks. I just purchased the first in your series, which is the Aurora Project, and was very excited to see Edoardo Ballerini, who I was familiar with from another engaging series that he narrated. So, how does the narrator get paired with the author? Do you get input from him? Also, how does an audiobook production differ from recording, say, a solo artist singing a cappella? Are different tools used? Thank you for all you do. All right, Mark. Well, thanks. A little background for those who normally come to this channel to hear me babble about audio stuff. Some of you may or may not know that I have written a series of books called the Emian series, and Emians, the first book of which is called the Aurora Project, really fun books. And they are a story based mostly in fact that 100,000 years ago, there was another modern human civilization. And it tells the story of that civilization, of some explorers that go and find it. There's a hidden pyramid under the ice in Antarctica and bad guys. And it's one of those, not like National Treasures or the Da Vinci Code, but I mean sort of in that same vein, but all well, the Da Vinci Code had a lot of stuff based in fact, but it's an exciting page-turning read with Sam and Julia and Sky, their dog, and it's really fun to write. And I'm just finishing up the fourth and final book in the series, which will be called The Secret of Escaton. Ooh, pretty cool stuff, and I'm having a lot of fun writing it, but it's the final concluding book. And when I started the book project, this Aurora Project in Emians, which you can just go to Amazon and just type in the Aurora Project and you'll find it. It's got, it's got almost, 2,500 4-star, 5-star reviews. People really seem to like it, and I'm really pleased with that. And one of the reasons is that we picked one of the top narrators in the world, Edoardo Ballerini. Guy's amazing. He's done some of the best books out there. And yeah, it was a bit of a stretch. Edoardo don't come cheap. So, so how's it work? Well, first off, you have to find a narrator. If you're an author or a publisher, you have to find a narrator that you really like. And then you have to find out if that narrator, A, wants to read your book, and B, has the bandwidth to do it, and C, you can afford that narrator. Because it's kind of hard. There are thousands of narrators for audiobooks. I mean, just thousands of them. You go to Audible, and there's, hundreds upon thousands of them, and they're all pretty good. They aren't Edoardo Ballerini. They aren't some of the other people that I might choose. I have a whole new series I'm thinking of. But Edoardo has been wonderful to work for. He doesn't have, and I don't think any narrator that I know has any input on the book. Basically, you'll send them your book. If they're agreeable to it, they or their agent, in this case, Edoardo's agent, would read through the book and see if it's something he wants to put his name and be associated with. He read the book, loved it, and said, heck yeah, I am in for the whole series. And he's a great guy. For recording quality, Edoardo lives in New York City. He has a converted wine cellar that he's made into a little studio, and he has a microphone, and he sits and records it all, and then when he's done, he sends me the tapes, the files. Still old school with the tapes like that. And I put them up on Audible, and you can download them, and there you go. But he's a great, great reader, Edoardo, and he will do the fourth book for me too when it's finally done. So look for that, The Secret of Escaton. If you're interested in the Emian series, give them, you can get one of those previews where you can hear Edoardo starting to read. But the first book is called The Aurora Project. Then They Came First, Green Fires Burning, and then the final in the saga is The Secret of Escaton. Okay, thanks. Hope that helps. Thanks for the question. Bye.